Good evening, Nick. It's Wednesday, February 11th, and yeah, that whole point you brought up about, missing things, making it really hard to communicate. I'm glad that's done at least for now. Nick, I know you said that you only caught two things really from my video, which is one that I hadn't seen your video yet, and two that, what was it now? How am I going to prove that I actually watched it if I can't remember the other thing? That I don't know. I remember you said the two things. And guess what? That's basically all I really said in the video. It was so loud and very difficult, but there was nowhere else I could do it at the moment, so I just kind of rolled with it. And part of me thinks that it's a really bad thing that I wasn't really able to talk to you. Part of me also thinks that it's kind of like the perfect thing that I could have done, and I'll show you why. Okay, well, maybe not really show you, but back in the middle of December, we were talking about miscommunication. It was kind of hilarious. We talked about how it can make for some awkward situations and some weird situations. And that right there, as opposed to just talking about it, I was actually able to show it. That is what miscommunication does, and how it makes things absolutely awful. And so, you didn't really miss anything, but I thought it was kind of interesting to think about. It's like, is that what communication or miscommunication is really like? And that is what it's really like. So even bad videos can serve their purpose. Nick, I also liked how you talk about just not always fitting in social situations, and you can kind of try. I used to always try to fit in with people when they were talking about magic. I'd be like, I think I know what that is because I have a base understanding and I can make it sound like I almost know what I'm talking about, but ultimately, I also always kind of felt a little bit isolated. And Nick, you said that you've seen a few episodes of The Walking Dead, but guess what? I've seen none, and so I would be at least 3 times as lost as you are. Nick, I don't always like that kind of stuff, like the big TV shows. I have a couple I watch, like Doctor Who, but I don't watch enough. And anytime people talk about TV, I'm like, I guess they technically exist? I don't know. I often find myself not caring, but then when social situations happen, technically you have to care. Even if you personally don't care about it, other people care about it, and so yeah, you do end up isolated and socially impaired because you're not in the know. You're not able to meaningfully contribute to the conversation, and ergo, people just kind of look at you funny. Sometimes they say mean things about you behind your back. I hope they don't say mean things about you, Nick, because you're a really nice person. But I also like your point that you're able to philosophize and you can build upon what other people say. You don't have to know everything, but you can at least still make yourself fit in. And Nick, I think that's a really awesome skill that you have. I mean, I don't always know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm able to use my skills to kind of make things work. And I know that I don't know. I'm sure that you don't always know what I'm talking about, but I'm glad you're able to build off my stuff. And sometimes that's making a meaningful conversation. That's what's most important. Like I said, Nick, I hope for at least a while we don't have any miscommunications or situations where we're not communicating really well, because that was really unfun. But I hope for at least a while we get everything working again. And I'll see you on Friday.